down, butt end first. The butt end's more condensed brush, and I want the more condensed color right up against the brow. We'll do a little circle on the inside of the nose, and then just lightly wash over the lid and the rest of the eye, especially the outer area, so that if I have a brown coming into that, and I'm going to do that, it has something to blend into. Okay, does that make sense? Alright, yeah, I do. I've got too many brushes in this little cup. Alright, so now I'm going to use a E50, and that is my large fluffy brush. And I'm going to go into this color down here called Sculpt. Why? Because it is a very cool brown, and that is perfect for, really I could use this for my, just have two colors today. Use it for my crease as a transition color, but I don't have to darken this. Y'all know I probably will. I will. Just because I will. But anyway, isn't it neat that this can also be used as a transition color? Matter of fact, it's a fantastic transition color. This looks great. This is a good transition color. I always have to do a little more right there because that scar tissue just does not take color well. I have a scar right there under my brow. I know you guys can see it. That and this lovely birthday present right there. Some sort of, not a skin tag, but like just a skin bump. It was never there before. I guess just part of getting older. Alright, so now before I move on from using that, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Powder and Sculpt. And I am just going to kind of roll that in that same color. And we're just going to sculpt a little. On both sides, just a little bit. And I'm also going to do a little on the hairline. And what that does is just bring the eye in, because you're making a darker color. So what's lighter stands out more, which is the forefront of the brow. And certainly underneath here, can use a lot of that. And I'm going to go underneath here, almost like a smiley face, right underneath. And I dust up a little on the bulbous end of the bulbous. Where did I get that word? On the chin, because I have a very large chin. And you can cut in. Now, some people would do a whole lot of color to cut in. I'm so pale, I have to be very careful on something like that. And I guess I will also do right under the nose. And right on the bridge of the nose. And that's just because I have, oops, I put down a little too much product. That's okay. We'll use it, we'll blend it down. There. Yeah. Did I? Yeah, that's way too much. That's really weird. Do you see how that color, for some reason, really absorbed? Must have been damp there. But I am going to keep the color on the end. I think I will actually add a little here. Just because it does help cut in a little bit. Okay, just make sure you blend down. Alright. So again, that was Charlotte Tilbury's Powder and Sculpt brush. Alright, so I could now use an eyebrow brush. And I'm going to use that shade color, and that would be a cream bronzer. But I'm just going to use it for a brow pomade, if you will. Only I don't know what color this is, so it might be, it looks a little auburny for me. We'll see. It's not bad. Oh, it's a little too creamy for this, though. I shouldn't have done it. It's too late now, Betsy. There we go. Good thing I have my little makeup wipe. I went high again, just like I said don't do, after I went into that whole rendition about Samantha the Witch, who was not really a good witch, except that she was trying not to be one anymore. And therefore, my advice was, if you're into that, take her advice and get out of it. by the way, I am perfectly able, desirous to discuss things like that with you guys. So, and you can either do it in the comments below, and then we'll message online or something like that, or we can just do it in the comments below and everybody can see, and we can just discuss these things. Because I feel very strongly about that, and I'm not afraid to talk about that or anything else. Because we're friends. We can talk about stuff, you know? Yeah, this is too creamy to be a brow pomade. This is a boo-boo, y'all. But I'll make it work this time. And so I am going to brush it through. Remember, when you brush through any product, it breaks up the line, which that's good. Because this is very creamy and wet, which you don't want on a brow. Okay, we're going to smooth that down a little, make sure I don't have too much of a tail. And I could, if I had the time, I really could work this with some powder and I could make this work, but I don't have or want to take that kind of time with this, so yeah. Yes. Okay. Alright. I'm noticing that's too far down there too. So I'm going to just rub it. See, it came right off. That's why this is, my brow just might come off in the middle of the day. If I rubbed it, so I got to be very conscientious not to rub this today. That's a little too long too. There we go. Alright. I never know if I get my brows even until later. I look at the video, and all of a sudden I'm like, that wasn't even. That just looks awful, awful, awful. So if it does look that way now, know that I know it. But only after I'm loading it, and, you know, I don't bother to edit. I just don't. And I'll tell you why. It's not that I don't care. I don't have the time. Because editing takes hours and hours, y'all. And that's why these people, this is their professional job, or they have someone doing their video editing or picture editing. The real YouTubers, the ones that get out there and vlog and all that sort of stuff. I'm not a big timer, y'all. I just talk to y'all and enjoy it. Okay. And I just used my Milani Romantic Rose. I do love that this has still got the 3D rose. Isn't that pretty? It's just kind of a fun, girly touch to your makeup. I do want to do a little bit of a darker color, so I am done with this palette, but you see I did all of this except for the blush. So you could have this and maybe a small additional makeup pouch to give you some color. I, on the other hand, go big. Y'all know that. So this is an older Urban Decay palette in this beautiful velvet. What you do is you take this off, and then this is the real palette underneath. Very, very pretty. Look at the edging. It's got a purple back, and then it's silver top, so it comes through this beautiful kind of like lacy looking edging. So you take that off, and there's your product. So I want to use a darker navy, and it's called Evidence. It's a really pretty palette, actually, you guys. It's older. It's called Beauty with an Edge. No, that's their trademark byline. I don't really know what this one's called. In Urban Decay, their byline's Beauty with an Edge. So anyway, I'm going to be using this color Evidence right there. I can't get past the evidence. Okay, and I'm using an E45 small tapered blending brush, and I'm just rolling it like that so it gets all it, because it's tapered, I want to get all on the ends. And I'm going to tap that off real good because this is a dark, dark, dark color. I forget how it lays down, so let's just see. Put down in the outer area because that's where most of your color is going to be. And then I'm going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, and we're doing little twirly circles without lifting up the end of the brush so that it will deposit more color. And then I'm going to start out here and blend backwards in to kind of give me a pointing end right there. I just also do some more blending. And that's enough. I don't want too much color when I'm looking up. So I'm staying real tight in the crease. And I will say, actually, it's putting out down more color on the inner corner, and that's probably because I have, my little eyes are tearing today, and I think that's probably because I didn't sleep well, and so my eyes are very swollen today, and I've already used my Chanel product eye cream to help with that. I think that's about right. Okay. This is actually very pretty. Alright, and now I'm going to use an E30 pencil brush with that same color to come underneath my eyes. That's interesting that had a light color on it. I almost never do a light color with the pencil brush. The reason I'm using a pencil brush is I want to go a little bit wider with this color than my E20 shader. Short shader, which is what I usually use, y'all know. And then I turn around and use whatever that same dark brown color is, which is what typically goes under here. I'm just connecting it back here, and then just a couple of brushes this way. I don't typically match my clothes, but this does. I'm wearing a navy color, so. Alright, and now I think what I might do on my lid, because it's so puffy, is, I don't know, maybe nothing, or should I just use some pretty sparkly color? We certainly have plenty of them between the Skinny Dip, the Natasha Denona, or you know what? I think I will use this Tarte. This was Make Believe in Yourself, the Eye and Cheek palette. This one, if y'all remember. This is going to be going into video too, I see. I am going to go ahead and use this color Mystic, and remember I always use my finger for the shade that goes on my lid if it's sparkly, because your skin just transfers better than a brush, in my opinion. Don't go too far back because you want to keep that dark. And put most of the color in the middle, and you can come up just a hair right in the middle. I go all the way to the crease, but, I mean the